Welcome to the Big E Outdoor Radio Show with your hosts, Big E and Brandon of Big E TV. Found nationally on your favorite outdoor television channels. Big E Outdoor Radio challenges all the hot topics in the outdoors, from racing to hunting and even grilling in the backyard. Our mission is to educate on the facts of the impact of the outdoors on all our lives and encourage good stewardship and good fellowship among our ranks. Follow Big E Outdoors on Facebook at Big E Outdoors and Big E Outdoor Radio. Send us feedback and get in on conversations with us. Fasten your seatbelts, because this ain't your daddy's morning show. We'll be right back with Big E and Brandon in the morning on Big E Outdoor Radio. Big E Outdoors, located at Cedar Creek, is reopening its doors soon after its new remodeling. Home to the area's first and only big game hunting museum, with educational exhibits displaying animals from around the world and facts around the hunters' contributions to their survival. Pick up some unique souvenirs and gifts from the museum and from the Big E TV shows. Meet the pro staff from Big E TV and Big E Outdoor Radio. A great place to stop in with the whole family. And while you're there, book your next hunting trip with the Big E Outdoors professional hunters. With over 21 personal hunting destinations worldwide, you'll be sure to find a quality getaway with the Big E Outdoors destinations. Big E Outdoors is also home to Adrenaline Hydrographic. Check us out online at BigEOutfitters.com and register to win a free hunt. Big E Outdoors at Cedar Creek. Well, hey, good morning, everybody. Welcome back to Big E Outdoor Radio, and we are listening live to some coverage of the 2016 ATA show down in Louisville, Kentucky. So we're going to get right back to it, folks. It's a show that releases all the latest and greatest new products, and what we did is we went down there and we covered some of the greatest products that we could find while we were down there and some of the newest innovations that caught our eye. So let's get right back to it. Hey, we're continuing our coverage here at the 2016 ATA show, and of course, you know, we've already checked out some cool things. We're checking out arrows, and we've checked out some crossbow accessories and things like that. But what about those of us that are looking for optics? And we know there's a lot of great optics out there. Brandon and I are always looking for the next piece of glass out there, whether it's a scope for our rifles or a good set of binoculars and things like that. So obviously, all the optics people are here as well. And as I was going down the aisle, this booth caught my eye, so I came in, and it's called Styrka, and I'm with Josh, who is a product manager for the company, and we're going to find out what Styrka is all about. Because as I'm standing here, folks, I'm looking at, and look, and again, you want to see what I'm looking at, check us out. Go to our Facebook page, Big E Outdoor Radio on Facebook, or Big E Outdoors on Facebook, and also BigEOutdoors.com. And you will be able to see some pictures. And this is a great looking booth. Everything's in the same colors as Big E, actually. The red, black, and gray and white, all that color, but with red being the lead out. And they got some really nice display here with some stocks, and all their scopes, their rifle scopes are on it. And we got some great looking binoculars here. So Josh, first of all, thanks for taking the time to visit with us. But I kind of noticed when I was looking at these, the binoculars give me the look like I'm looking at a Swarovski or a Steiner type binocular when I'm looking at them.
Yeah, we wanted to have a really sleek, sexy type of design, something that would be great in the field but also have a nice look to it. So we went with real minimal lines, just nice, slim, nice ergonomics, just a nice package, nice dark greens, blacks, simple, elegant with our logo, just a little touch of red on it, just to give it a little more of an elegant look.
Yeah, it looks nice. It felt good. I've looked at a couple of the different models that were here, and I actually picked up the biggest one, which you said was new for this year, is a 15 by 56.
Correct. Yeah,
right?
1556.
15 by 56, and I mean we could look all the way across the show here. So if you're looking for a really good set of binoculars, they're great actually. When I was looking through them, and you said you guys have a lifetime warranty.
Yes, we have what we call our Styrka Pride warranty, and that's basically what we call it's the warranty to beat all warranties. Anything short of plier marks, I like to say as a joke, we cover. You drop it out of your tree stand, you run it over with your truck. anything that happens to it, we cover. You either get a new product or we fix it for you for free. We're all about customer service. And the thing on top of that is, once a year, you can send it back to us. We'll go through it. If you're out in the woods mucking around during hunting season, your eye cups get full of grit, you send it back to us. We'll clean it all up, send it back to you looking new.
You also told me, and this kind of caught my attention when you were telling me about the warranty, it's a transferable warranty?
Correct. If you were to have one of our binoculars and you lost it in the woods and I came along the next day and picked it up, it's mine. I can send it in and have it taken care of. So if you give it to your friend, you give it to one of your buddies, you give it to one of your sons, we cover our product. It doesn't matter who owns it, who has it, how it comes in. It's to our product itself. That's a great
warranty, and it puts value on the product that people are having in their collection, in their arsenal. So now we're going to talk a little bit about all the rifle scopes I see here. You told me you have everything from rimfire up to, I guess, what's your biggest scope?
Our biggest scope is our 2.5 to 15 by 50 right now, and that's in a 30 mil tube with illuminated reticle. It also comes in a mil dot and a plex. Coming out very soon will be our SHBDC reticle, which is new this year as well, which will get you out to 500-600 yards. It also comes with a proprietary app, which will be good for Android, iPhone, and we'll also have a web version as well, so you'll be able to do all of your data, do your loads to your gun, and it'll give you all the data for the holds on that reticle.
Oh, wow. So let's say, I don't know what stores you're in yet, if you're in any of the big chains or the box stores or where you're at, but right now, somebody's listening, wants to check it out, or they want to buy one. Where do they go?
They can go to our website, which is www.styrka, strong.com. That's styrkastrong.com.
Okay. And again, Styrka is spelled with a Y, folks. It's Styrka, Styrka. You said styrkastrong.com, and you go there. And all right, so I don't know if I asked you what was the price range on the binoculars again?
Sure. Our binoculars, our entry-level S3 is in the mid-$200 price point, and we go up to those big 1556s you were talking about, go up to about $1,300.
Okay. So actually, when you're really comparing prices of optics on binoculars and things like that, your pricing isn't up there in a Steiner or a Swarovski type pricing, but it looks like you got the quality is there, but it's a little bit more affordable for the average guy.
Correct. What we really wanted to do is have that kind of middle of the road price points for the 90 to 95% of the guys out there. So we have those more entry level price points for your everyday use, the ones that kind of sit in your truck, and then for the guys that are really avid, we go to about that $1,000 plus price point, but we don't go above that, and we don't want to go below that because again we want to be able to stand behind our product and our warranty. So we kind of stay in those mid price points.
Okay, and then on the scopes, what's your price point on scopes, and how well do they handle the big Magnum loads and things like that?
We just came out with the new S3 line at this show, and that's our opening price point again. We have a small rimfire 4x32 that starts at the $199 price point, and then our big 2.5 to 15 we were talking about earlier, in our S7 line with 30 mil tube that runs in the $670 range.
Actually, so $670 is about your top?
Right now, that's our top.
Wow, that's a great price point actually, and some good looking scopes, and with a warranty like that, I mean, who can go wrong? And I want to point this out too. This is an American company here, American made, and actually, even though you're probably a Vikings fan, we won't hold that against you. So but it is made up in the northern part of the United States.
We're actually not made there. That's
okay.
Where we're based out of. We do all of our manufacturing in Japan. We have a very stringent QC control where we do Japan and China assembly, but all of our components, our coatings, a lot of that stuff, the parts are coming out of Japan, so we get the quality of the Japanese parts, the tolerances of some of those better parts. Then we do the assembly in China to keep our price points a little more competitive with some of the other guys out there. And earlier you kind of asked about the be able to handle like Magnum loads. Every single one of our scopes is tested 100 times at 1,000 Gs. So 1,000 Gs is about 3 times a 30-06.
Okay.
And then we spot check 1,000 times at 1,000 Gs to make sure that they're holding zero, that nothing's falling apart on them, that they're able to handle those big loads to go out in the field and just be able to repeat for you time in and time out.
Oh, okay. Well, so the company is based out of Egan.
Correct.
So you're an American company. Obviously, when people are looking at optics and things like that, we know that you really don't find many great optics manufacturing facilities here, so you're going to have to go overseas to get that stuff done right and keep the price point right. But the fact that you're, a U.S. company, you're up in Minnesota, and again, is there anything that you want to point out? I see you also had a red dot scope over there.
Yeah, the red dot is new this year, so eventually we'll have two styles. We'll have a tube style, and we'll also have an open style, which more for like handguns and things like that. The tube style, which we have now, will come in a 2.5 MOA, and then a 5 MOA available in a red or a green dot. The open style, which will be available later in the year, will have a 3 MOA and a 5 MOA as well.
All right, I'm gonna say the name of another company only because it's the only way that I can get the comparison across here on this. I want to ask you a question. When I'm over hunting big game in Africa, I got some guys over there, and they're putting those red dot sights on their heavy rifles because, well, we have to shoot quick over there when things are coming after us. So a lot of them are going after the Trigicon. Mm-hmm. So you have something that's like that, is what you're saying?
It's a similar type of product to what the Trigicon is. The Trigicon is a great product. We're going to be starting right now. This is our first entry into the red dot, so we're more at that opening price point. We're in that 250-ish range. Okay. So more for your average, great on an AR, great on a shotgun for turkey season. Could also be used for big game as well to be able to get you up quick on the animal there, but we're more in that opening price point where Trigicon kind of still goes into those really high price points. They do have some opening price points as well, which I'd say we could probably compete well with, but they cover a bigger breadth right now because that's kind of their meat and potatoes of what they do.
Sure. So in other words, you'll actually have one though that could mount. First of all, it can handle the kick of a 416 or a big 470 nitro.
Yes, we believe that it will.
Okay, and then after that, this is one that'll just mount on top, and it's not the tube style. It's just kind of got a window there. Correct. On top.
The one that'll come out will just have that little window on top.
Okay. All right. Great. Now, what do they have to do special to mount that on some of the guns?
Most of those are, of course, because a lot of that comes from the AR side. A lot of it has Picatinny type rails. Most of everything out of our box is going to be a Picatinny Weaver style that's going to have to mount onto. There are all types of different adapter plates that you can buy separately that are available as well to be able to get them onto different platforms as well. Okay, well that'll work because actually that's what they're doing over there. They're actually mounting the rails on their on these big double-barreled rifles and stuff like that, and then after that, then they were mounting their red dot sights on it. So I guess that's why I was asking to find out, what you had. Now, you don't have one of them here to look at, do you? The open style, unfortunately, not. Just the tube style that we have. Okay. All right. So. Hey, we're going to take a quick break. We'll be right back and finish up our interview with the folks at Styrka Optics and bring you some more great products from the 2016 ATA show. Hey, welcome back to Big E Outdoor Radio. And again, we are down at the Louisville ATA show for 2016. Folks, for those of you that are just tuning in, the ATA show is the place to go and figure out what's going to be new for the upcoming year in archery. Now, you can't go there as just a general public. You either got to go as a dealer, go with one of your local dealers, or check it out online and look for some highlights and figure out what's new. Because I can tell you, yes, the last few days I saw the new products. The stuff you're going to be seeing this year coming out in your bow stores. I seen the new bows, I seen the new arrows, I seen the new broadheads, the latest and greatest and coolers, you name it. If it was out for archery, it was at the ATA show, and it gets unveiled there every single year. And it was a great opportunity for us to be able to go down there, bring you coverage of this show, and look around and find some really cool products that we could highlight and bring to you. Again, we found everything from crossbow diffusers to some new coolers to some guys that have been around for years making products for bows, and they're coming out with new stuff all the time. And of course they have to. So we found things to customize your bow, make it your own. We found some really nice releases. We found ways to drag your deer out that are easy, make it really great for youth, you name it. And we saw a lot more things that we couldn't even bring you on this show. Now in a couple weeks, we're going to be headed to Vegas for the SHOT Show.
Folks, the SHOT Show is the exact same thing, but it has to do with all hunting and focuses a lot on hunting with rifles and guns and things like that. And when we're there, you can bet that show is even bigger yet, and we are going to find some awesome products. We're going to be bringing them to you. We're going to take a couple of us down there so we can do multiple interviews, and it might actually take a couple of shows to get through that for you. So we're looking forward to bringing you some more great products. So let's get right back to the folks at Styrka Strong, at the great optics company out of Eagan, Minnesota, Styrka Strong. And they've got some great binoculars, some great scopes and things like that. And we're looking forward to trying some of them out on some of the big E gear in the upcoming. StyrkaStrong.com. You got your scopes run from about $200 up to $670, almost $700, which is a great price range for a quality scope. Lifetime transferable warranty. Correct. We got binoculars here of every different shape and size a guy could think of it. For the guy that wants to have in his backpack or carry it with him, and to the great big ones up here that you could use for really reaching out there. And they're running, you said, 200 to 1,300?
Mid twos up to 1,300, correct.
Okay, well, great. And how long have you guys been around?
This is our second year at the ATA, so this is kind of our second anniversary. We're about a year and a day old now. We've been saying to everybody here coming by the booth, but behind the scenes we've been working on this for close to 5 years now. So we're just getting ourselves off the ground here, getting going, and we're excited to be a part of this industry.
Okay, great. I hope to run into you at the SHOT Show, and if I do, I'll stop in and probably visit with you again, because we're going to be covering that as well. Folks, if you're looking for some really, really great looking optics and you want to see what those other options are out there, you don't have to go with the stuff that you find every day out there and the stuff that we're used to seeing. There are other options and some good quality options as well. So StyrkaStrong.com. And I guess that's about it. Thanks for your time. Appreciate you talking with us. And is there anything else you want to say?
No, just thank you for stopping by. We appreciate it. And if you guys have any questions, feel free to call us. We're available. Normal business hours are 8 to 5, Monday through Friday.
Okay. That sounds great. Oh, yeah, that's the other thing. Company support, what do? They just call in? Are they going to get a live person, or they get a big machine?
Nope, there's a live person. There's someone in the office always picks up the phone. We like to talk to our customers. We're all about customer service in our office. We're all avid users. We know what it's like to go down, right before a deer opener, and we understand what that means, and we'll do everything we can to get you back up and running so you can get back out there in the field.
Oh, that's great. All right. Well, again, thanks for your time. Folks, we're going to continue our coverage here at the 2016 ATA, and in a couple weeks we'll be out at the SHOT Show as well, bringing you some of the latest products, some of the newest stuff that we're finding out there, and also talking about some of the new products that some of the old veterans have out there as well. So stay tuned. We're going to go and find us something else to talk about. Again, folks, that's another one of the great products that we found while we were down there scouting out the new products for 2016 for you at the ATA show in Louisville. Now, let's go back to Jay, the president of the ATA, and hear a few more of his last words, and kind of finish up with our interview with him at the end of the show. And we'll be covering it again next year, because we're finding that more and more of our followers are really liking the report and to hear what's new and what we found when we were here. And I know that myself, I ran across several of the archery dealers that I know personally. And I said, hey, have you guys been over here and seen this product? And they said, no, we hadn't seen that yet. And I took them over to the other side of the building, showed them something really cool that I seen. And it's fun to sit there and watch the orders take place when you take somebody there and they look at it and they say, hey, I need a bunch of these. Where do I sign up and how do I get them shipped to me?
Yeah.
And then you see the look on these people's faces and they know that their dreams are coming to life, And again, that happened in the Innovation Zone quite a bit this year. So again, thanks for putting this on. Is there anything else either of you want to add?
What did I miss, Teresa?
Not a thing.
No? All right. Well, Jay, thanks again. I look forward to coming back again in 2017. We'll be in Indianapolis.
Exactly.
And who knows what's going to be new there, right?
That's right.
A lot, though.
You're still going to be in charge?
I plan to.
Okay.
I don't get to make that decision, but if everybody's willing, I'll be here.
All right. Are you? Is this a voted position you're in, or?
I'm in. I serve at the will of the board. We have a board of 18 members of the industry, and they decide every year whether or not I'm going to be here or not.
Well, I think you're doing a great job, so I'm pretty sure we're going to see you next year.
I'm pretty sure I'll be here.
All right. Thanks again. Well, folks, we wrapped it up there with Jay, the president of the ATA, and I can tell you that while we were walking around there, we've seen so many new products that we can't even begin to touch it for you. We were at the PSE booth checking out some of their new bows. We got to visit with our sponsors from Next Gen Crossbows. They've got a great crossbow, folks, and it hits a price range that is very, very affordable for you. It's going to bring you way better quality, faster shooting, more accuracy than all of your bows that are way up over $1,000 retail, and it is under $1,000 even for their top of the line one. It's manufactured by a company that is now out of Missouri, and it's a Mennonite quality type product, and I don't have to tell you what that means. That kind of quality just kind of speaks for itself right there. And so we also stopped in and visited with our sponsors from CEZ Reflective Wraps, and we got to visit with Jamie while he was at the show. Pretty much what they've got going on is new people that are putting the logos on the wraps. This is a little reflective wrap. It's going to relieve you from having to go and get lighted nocks. And lighted nocks, as we know, they are allowed now in some of our books, but they still add weight to the arrow, and sometimes they work and sometimes they don't work. I mean, there's just no 100% for sure with a lighted nock. But these little CEZ reflective wraps is a real small little wrap, goes above your fletching or your vane, and you can put one below it too to give you a little extra visibility. And these things are made out of the same material that DOT vehicles and these reflective barrels and things like that on the side of the road are made out of. So once you shoot your arrow and it goes flying off into the woods, if you miss or even if you hit the animal and it runs off and drops your arrow, you come in there with a flashlight, good flashlight, start shining around. These things are going to glow at you. They jump right out like those reflective deer eye trail marking things that they have. And now the pack comes with 20 of the wraps for your arrows, but that's not all. It also comes with some bigger wraps that you can use to mark your tree stands. You can put them on different things. I seem to think that here up in the North Woods, those reflective wraps that come in really handy on our ice fishing shacks, on the corners of them, and also, more importantly, on our tip-ups. You know, how many times have you been out tip-up fishing at night for walleye and had some guy come by on a snowmobile and run your tip-ups over? Well, I can tell you, you don't have to worry about having a light. You don't have to worry about anything. You start putting these reflective wraps on your tip-ups along the flag line and also on the wooden body itself down there of the tip-up, and there's no way anybody's going to miss it. This thing glows at you just like a reflector at the end of your driveway. So again, we got to spend a little bit of time visiting with Jamie as well from CEZ Reflective Products while we were there. We walked around and we had a chance to visit our sponsors from Raptor Razor were there. The guys from Badger Broadheads were there with their great broadheads that they're using. We found a lot of different feed companies. There are tons and tons of people out there making feeds, deer attractants, and food plot mixes. So if you want to find out who they are, we're actually post a lot of the people that were at the ATA on our Facebook and website, but you can also go right to the ATA show website, Archery Trade Association show, and you're going to find out what some of the new products were. Just kind of in review before we get into our next segment, we had the buck cuffs, which makes it really easy to drag your animal. Folks, there's a lot of products out there that are trying to come up with the next best way to drag your deer out of the woods, and they got it where you can clip onto the legs and the antlers and things like that. However, I'm going to tell you something about the buck cuff. Buck cuff is probably the easiest to use. It is by far the most quality made product I've seen. And here's the kicker. The buck cuff is not limiting you to just being able to haul deer. You have a couple buck cuffs in there. You can have one guy pulling on one end, one guy pulling on the other end. You can use them for hauling out turkeys, coyotes, going out pheasant hunting. You can use it to carry virtually any kind of game that you want to carry. So stay tuned, Biggie Outdoor Radio, and we will be right back with some more great products for Archery 2016. This segment of Biggie Outdoors is brought to you by Snap Fitness of Wausau. It's time to get in shape, and Snap Fitness is the right place to do it. With 2 locations in Weston and Wausau, you're never far from a Snap Fitness. Open 24/7 for members with clean and well-maintained equipment. check out their new location across from Fleet Farm on Wausau's north side with all new machines and equipment. Sign up for some classes or training. Pick up the supplements you need and take advantage of the monthly deals and sign-up specials they have going on now. The staff at Snap Fitness is waiting for you to assist you in any way they can. So head on down to Snap Fitness today and get signed up. All right, folks, we're bringing you some more of our continued coverage of the 2016 ATA show and some of the great products that we found while we were down there. And we've had some great interviews, folks. For those of you that haven't been following along completely, the 2016 ATA show, it's done every year, the ATA. It's a way to find out what the newest and latest and greatest products are on the market for archery hunting. Is where everybody goes to showcase the new stuff, release the new products, and by golly, if we want to find out what's new and hot, that's where we go. And that's where we were. So we actually had an opportunity. We went down a line called Innovations Lane. Innovations Lane, we went back and forth to it. It's always got some new and great products on it. And so when I was walking down, I looked at the buck cuff things and some of the other products that were on Innovations Way. I did look across the way one time, and I seen these really cool coolers. Now, there's a lot of people out there making high-quality coolers. And we all know that, the big one that's out there, everybody thinking about, is the Yeti. But the Yeti can be improved on just like anything else. Now, there's a lot of folks out there that are making coolers like them. I mean, there's the Grizzly cooler, the Orion, there's just tons of them out there. But they're all simply just coolers. What's one of the biggest problems we have when we are using a cooler? We always end up with that inch of water that stays in there indefinitely for the rest of our lives because it doesn't come out the drain. These guys fix that and a number of other things on this cooler that you are going to hear about next. We checked it out. It is probably one of the neatest looking inventions I've ever seen. Runs in about the same price point as a Yeti, but totally takes it to the next level. This thing even has a Bluetooth device that goes inside of it. It's real small. It's really awesome. And there's an app on your phone, so when you're driving down the road, you can check and make sure that the meat and the stuff that you have in the cooler isn't getting too warm, and you don't have to open the cooler and let the cold air out to find out. So let's get right down to the ATA show in 2016 Louisville and find out about this brand new cooler that we found. Okay. Hey, this is Patrick here again with Biggie Outdoor Radio, and we're still at the 2016 ATA show and checking out some of the latest and greatest products for you guys to check out. And again, if you want to see what these products look like, all you got to do is go to our Facebook page, Biggie Outdoor Radio on Facebook, Biggie Outdoors on Facebook, BiggieOutdoors.com on the website, and you can see the products, the little bitty video clips that we're doing of them, and we'll put a little bit of the sound with it as well so you know what we're talking about. But right now, I stopped at Kaizik, is that right? Kaizik Coolers, and as I walked by, I noticed that this was a really high quality cooler, which there's a lot of coolers here, and everybody's trying to knock off the big guys that were up there before. But this one's not a knockoff. This thing is an improvement on everything that I've seen. It's the only cooler that I've seen that has some of the technology that's in it, and actually there is technology in it. So I'm here with the owner, John, right? Mm-hmm. John. Okay, John, first I want to thank you for taking the time to visit with us. And then, if you would, just give me a little rundown on the cooler and how in the heck you got into this, because this is not your business really normally, is it?
No, it is not. We got in this business because we hunt and fish, and we were looking for a premium cooler and just couldn't find one. So we did an engineering project and started from the ground up using thermodynamics and built it from the ground up to be the most efficient ice chest on the market. We're also in the software business, so we decided to add a little technology, and with the Internet of Things now, we put a Bluetooth sensor in it, and it will run analytics to tell you how long your ice will last and notify you when it's going to run out.
All right, we got some pictures of that little Bluetooth device, folks. I'm going to explain it to you on the radio, but you got to check it out on the Facebook or check out our pictures online and look at this thing. Just a little white cap in the cover, and that thing runs to an app on your phone, right? Okay.
It runs to an app.
And you know, when we're driving down the road, us hunters and us fishermen, we're always wondering if the ice is still good in the cooler and how cool our meat is. And heck, for all of us guys up in Wisconsin at the outdoor country fests and things like that, we're worried is our beer cold back at camp.
Very important.
Yeah. So this thing here, it runs to an app on the phone. You don't have to open the cooler. You don't have to break the seal.
Nope.
And you can look and see exactly what the temperature is.
It'll also do the analytics to tell you how long it's going to last. So if it's based off current weather conditions, say it's 100 degrees outside, and it knows the R value of the cooler and the temperature on the inside, that'll make 40 more hours. So you can prepare for that. You open it and you let the cold air out and close it again. It recalculates and says, you're down to 22 hours or whatever the case may be. So It's running analytics the whole time. It refreshes every 15 seconds. And of course, it is a Bluetooth device.
So again, this is one of the high-end coolers, folks, that are out there, and I'm not going to mention any name brands or anything, but this thing has on the corners, it's got a little stainless steel device for opening bottles on each corner, and it looks like you make many different sizes here.
6 sizes. The beauty of this product is it has integrated wheel set in it. Yep. So you don't have to worry about the heaviness of the box. You just tilt it up 7 degrees and off you'll go. So it'll support about 1,000 pounds. It's got a dual drain system in it, so that if you have big garbage to flush out, it's got a 2-inch drain, or you can weep it out on a 3/4 inch side. It's just got every little nuance that you can imagine. The lid, my biggest one is the lid opens up to 92 degrees. So it doesn't fall over on you and it doesn't flip the box over, and it's perfect every time.
So you don't have to worry about the trapdoor effect going on.
That's right.
When he's talking about the wheels, folks, I'll explain it to you for those of you that didn't quite catch that. This cooler here, you grab onto one side, you got these really nice ergonomic handles on here. You grab a hold of it, pick it up. It's got wheels on it, like a lot of your wheeled luggage. So you have all the benefits of a top-end cooler here, but instead of having to get 2 guys or even on that big one there, maybe more, to pick this thing up and move it around, all it takes is one guy, grab a hold of it, and wheel it away.
That is correct. And our focus group told us that was the #1 complaint.
Well, it's definitely one of my complaints. Now, I've had clients that have come and hunted with me, and after they leave, the meat's frozen, we run it to a butcher, and then we put dry ice in. And they always ask me, how long is the dry ice going to last? And, of course, I have no idea, but now they're going to know.
That's correct. And this is a dry ice compatible box.
Oh, excellent.
It's also BPH free, so it meets all the environmental requirements that are out on the market today.
All right, and what kind of price points can we have? But before I get into the price points, how do they find you? If they want to buy this thing and it's not at their local store, first of all, you need to tell your store to get it.
Just go to the web and go to Kysek.com. It's KYSEK.com, and it'll go right on the web.
All right. And your company based out of Louisiana?
Yes, it is.
And you also have, before I get into too much of the pricing, I seen you have a really nice backpack device.
That's a brand new product for 2016 that starts shipping first quarter. 20-liter material, same as they use in the rib boat, so it's very durable, extra thick insulation, watertight. We have a handheld bag and we have a backpack bag.
So, and it's got good padding in it. It looks like you could use this for a lot of different things.
Absolutely.
Real heavy duty rubber, just like what you'd feel on a rubber boat of some kind.
That's a rib boat material.
Okay. And let's see, what else am I missing here? What's the prices on compared to other coolers? What do they run?
These bags are retail $279 a piece for a 20-liter.
Okay.
Our 25-liter cooler starts at $249, and we go up to the 150, and that stops at $649.
All right, so very price competitive.
They're all within a few dollars of each other.
Mm-hmm. Okay. And what else you got?
Accessories, full set of accessories. We build everything. We own our own factory, so the quality on this product is controlled by us. We don't contract manufacture that product.
How about a warranty?
5 years, no hassle, no questions asked. It's got a 5-year warranty on it. And last but not least is the stainless steel tumblers. This is a 20 ounce. We have a 28 ounce, a 12 ounce, and we have a stainless steel koozie. So 4 different types. very hot item this year in 2016.
It's a real high-end stainless
304
steel.
stainless, that's right.
Yeah, and this isn't just your average coffee mug here. It looks like you could.
Polycarbonate tops, silicone band, and you have the ability to have it personalized with your name or your logo on it as well.
So to all of our outfitters that are out there, whether you're sponsors of ours or whether we work with you or even if you're just listening to the show, this mug be a great thing to be handing off as a gift with your logo on it to your clients as they leave. They'll definitely have this around for years and they'll use it and they'll always remember you.
Very nice, and it holds ice about 20 hours.
Really?
Yeah.
Fantastic.
And it does the same for hot as well.
All right.
So the opposite effect.
Obviously, you look for this in your stores, Kaisik cooler. And if it's not in your local store, your local sporting goods stores, some of them are just getting it, you can go to
Kaisik.com.
Kaisik.com.
Kaisek.com.
Okay, and pick it up. If you want to see what it looks like, check it out on our Facebook pages and on our website. And we'll even see if we can get a link from you to some of your video and put it on our YouTube as well.
We will do that as well.
Okay, well that's great. I want to thank you for taking the time to talk to us. Good luck at the ATA show this year, and I hope that you sell a lot of these coolers and get them out there because I think every hunter needs to have something like this.
Thank you so much, Patrick.
I would call this the smart cooler.
Yeah, it is. It is the smart cooler.
All right. Thanks again, John.
Thank you, Patrick.
Hey, welcome back. Continuing our coverage here at the 2016 ATA show down in Louisville, Kentucky, and checking out all the new products that are available here. And right now, I just got flagged down when I was next door doing an interview. And I'm glad these guys stopped me here because this is a product here that's going to do a world of good for all of us out there who are in the archery world and doing our bow hunting. It's Shooting Edge LLC. You guys have a website?
We do. It's shootingedge.com.
Okay, shootingedge.com, and if you check them out, you're going to find out exactly what I'm talking about here. And also, I'm going to get some pictures before I leave. You'll find them on our Facebook page. You'll find them on Biggie Outdoor Radio at Facebook, or Biggie Outdoor on Facebook, and also biggieoutdoors.com. And we're going to put a little bit of this out there. And basically, we've all seen the social media pictures floating around where the guy shot himself in the hand with a bow. And we got the arrow shoved right through the guy's hand. Well, I'm looking at a book full of these pictures here right now in this booth, and it happens more than what we think it does. Arrows breaking, I think that's the main cause of it. Is that what it is?
Yes, it is. Arrows breaking, overdrawn arrows. They actually can get jammed in the bow at the same time. And this is one that people don't understand that can happen. Your arrow can be long enough that it's not overdrawn, but it can jam in the bow between the rest and the riser, breaking the arrow, and it's usually still hooked on the back of the string, which then drives it into the back of your hand. And it happens so quick, nobody really realizes what's happened. It's just the arrow ends up in their hand, and it's a very serious injury.
Well, I can see that it's a very serious injury. We got plenty of pictures here. I actually kind of turned my stomach looking. We're talking with Marvin here. Marvin
Carlston.
Carlston, okay. And he's the owner of the company. And so what they're doing to fix this is they got a glove called the Protex. Is that what you're calling it?
We're calling it the Protex hand guard.
Okay.
It's Kevlar armored. It's got 3 layers. It's a laminated Kevlar. So we can't say that it can prevent every accident, but it will reduce your risk by about 40 times. If you overdraw an arrow, drop it onto your hand, it'll stop something like that. If you used to put your hand up on a target and have somebody shoot you, I'll guarantee it'll go through your hand. But it gives you 40 times more protection than no protection. We've demonstrated, no kidding, by taking this broadhead, putting it on your hand, and I can guarantee if you start pushing on that starts to hurt real fast. We can jam that into your hand with the glove on there, you won't even feel it.
Well, you just did that to me, and that's what I was going to get at with the folks here. I put the glove on, they took a broadhead, put it on top of my hand, and actually pushed right down on it. Just pushed. I mean, if I wouldn't have been wearing the glove, you'd have pushed the broadhead right through my hand.
Yeah, that's right.
And so we know that just by me testing it out that it's comfortable, it's definitely functional because it stopped that. I was worried about being able to put on the lightweight camouflage gloves that we all wear when we go out there, and that was a question I asked. Once I tried the glove on, I can tell you that you will be able to put on your little camouflage glove liners and things like that. and then put this over the top and be able to protect yourself. It kind of puts, you'll see it on the pictures, but it kind of puts the Kevlar patch right over that spot between your index finger and your thumb, and gives you the protection against a breaking arrow. And eventually, if you shoot your arrows enough, target shooting, whatever, you're going to weaken them, and you increase the chance of that happening.
That is correct.
All right. So, again, you guys are found at shootingedge.com, and people can buy them right from you online,
Yeah,
right?
they can buy right online, right from our site. You can go to your favorite dealer. In fact, we would ask you to do that. If you could go to your dealer and ask for this product specifically, that would really help the whole industry, because our goal right now is to make sure that everybody's educated so that we can stop these accidents, and we have a way to do it now, and it's going to help everybody. It's a win-win for everybody in the industry.
I see that you also have some signs here, some example signs of the notice, and don't forget to wear your protective gear, including your hand guard and your harness when you're in a tree stand, and your arm guard and things like that. So basically what you're getting at there is that the archery dealers and the archery shops should be putting signs like that up, and they should be offering these to relieve themselves of liability when somebody does the dumb thing on their own and then turns around and tries to blame it on someone else.
Yeah, that's exactly correct. By doing that, the liability goes back on the consumer, because we give them an educated choice. If a consumer doesn't want to use it, that's great. But he then takes the risk upon himself. If he is injured, it's now his problem and not somebody else's problem. It's his own choice. And our responsibility as manufacturers and retailers is we need to tell that story to our customers to protect them. And what I found is that the consumer is really grateful for us doing that. People thought that it would be, that it might hurt our industry, that it would be something negative, and we have found just the opposite. Once we have introduced this product to a dealer and to consumers, they've come back and thanked us for introducing this product to them, because it has saved a lot of pain and suffering.
Okay, the big question, what's this glove cost?
This glove is $34.95. That's cheap insurance.
Yeah, that's real cheap. For a Kevlar padded glove that's going to keep that arrow out of your hand. Let me tell you, if you're looking at this book of pictures that I'm looking at here and seeing the damage done to these poor guys, you'd want to be wearing that glove. Because right now, I've seen some awful looking pictures here, and I sure don't want that arrow rammed through my hand like that.
No, that's really the thing we're trying to prevent. And if there's no arrows through hands, there's no lawsuits, everybody's happy, and no kidding, the whole industry, everybody wins. And don't let me scare you at this point. Archery is a very safe sport. There's only a few things that we do that are hazardous. We climb up in trees and we fall out and we shoot ourselves in the hand and the arms. And if we can be aware of those, just by the awareness alone is going to reduce the incidence, which is good for everybody. And now we have protective gear. We have tree stands, harnesses, we have hand guards, we have arm guards, and we just need to promote those things to the public and to be safe.
I definitely recommend everybody go check this out. And we are big archery hunters in Wisconsin, and also down in the south where we're listening to this show down there. So you should be checking this thing out. $35 pretty much, basically the roundabout way of looking at it, and that is cheap insurance, keeping your hand safe. You sure don't want an arrow run through it. Before we go, shootingedge.com also has some other things that are a little bit more fun, and we've all seen some of the latest Facebook things that are out there. Jim Shockey's one of them, and who's the other one there? Ted Nugent, that are shooting the air-driven bows. What are they calling them? Air bows?
Calling one of them an air bow.
Okay.
This one here is actually just a 50 caliber pellet gun that we've modified. It didn't take much modification, by the way. If you have one of these, you can buy this product. We're calling it an air bolt, 50 caliber. It just simply loads into the gun very easily.
Right down the barrel, similar to a muzzleloader.
And it's ready to shoot.
Now, we used to do that. We'd shove our arrows down the bore of a 410.
Yeah, this is kind of the same concept, but we got enough vein clearance. The veins don't wear out. We've specifically centered it up. It's very accurate. At 65 yards, we can shoot 1-inch groups with this. It shoots a 450 grain arrow at 500 feet per second. So this is, no kidding, an elephant gun.
And it seems like it's something that has no kick, so it seems like something that we could use for our youth to get them going, shooting, having fun. Not sure all the legalities of it. I would definitely recommend check on your state laws. I'm not sure about Wisconsin, but we had a list of other places here where it is legal. Michigan, Washington State,
Washington State, New York's coming on. There's currently 8 states that are no question defined for air gun season, and there's about 8 more of them that are pending right now. But a lot of the states allow you to shoot it during the gun seasons and during muzzleloader seasons, because it's actually a muzzleloader, and it's the same vintage as the black powder. And so it's a similar type gun. It doesn't shoot as far, but it's highly effective.
So it's kind of, for any of us in a state where it's not legal, we can sure use it for target shooting. You can use it on hunting exotics and things like that, and it looks like it's going to be a lot of fun. They'll be able to find that on your website too, right?
Yes, that's correct. Right now we haven't got it on there, but shortly we'll have it within the next few days.
Okay, and that's called the Hr3 Dragon Claw, and it looks like it could be a lot of fun. I think we're going to have to get one just so we can go out and have some fun with it, if nothing else. And I wonder if we could shoot some turkeys with that, maybe.
Well, you just have to check with your state regulations and make sure that you're legal. But as far as effectiveness, no question, this will be highly effective.
All right. Again, I want to thank you for your time. This is the glove here, this Protex glove, is definitely something that I'm glad that you flagged me down and had me stop over here and take a look at it. It's worth talking about on the air. It's safety. We talk about safety a lot. We talk about knowing where your target is, knowing what you're shooting at, being careful with your bows and everything else. This is definitely goes right along with safety, wearing your tree stand harnesses and all that. And why not keep yourself from taking an arrow through your hand? From what I look on here, it doesn't look like an injury that you're going to recover from very quickly.
That's the problem. Your hands are very sensitive. You got a lot of nerves in there. You'll get nerve damage. You can have tendon damage. It's something you definitely don't want to happen. It can change your whole life, and there's no reason to let that happen.
So we're going to post some pictures of this again. Go to Facebook. Check out Biggie Outdoor Radio, Biggie Outdoors on Facebook, and also our website at biggieoutdoors.com. And if you want to buy this thing, you want to get on it, we'll put a link on there for you as well. But go to shootingedge.com, and you can order your glove right there. When you're in your local bow shop, you should be asking them, how come they don't have that glove there already? Well, that wraps up this week's show, folks. We were down at Louisville checking out the latest and greatest products for archery hunting. In a couple weeks, we'll be right out in Vegas doing the same thing for gun hunting and the rest of the hunting season. So thanks for listening to Biggie Outdoor Radio. Tune in again next week, and we'll be back with some more great outdoor topics.